Okay, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another live stream. Today, I am not talking about the Bible today, but we're going to talk about the election. I was on this I was on YouTube, and I have been following the election pretty closely, diving into it. And the one guy that I'm subscribed to, the YouTube channel is Voting Trend. The Trend, the YouTube channel. He goes for the votes. He looks for the votes, and he gives data in regards to looking for the votes. So like the title of this channel, he has Democrats dropping an early vote in Pennsylvania. And obviously I live in Pennsylvania. So me living in Pennsylvania, looking at the polls, looking at the raw data that the Pennsylvania provides us of all the mail-in ballots and absentee ballots that's being requested and that's being returned back. It gives us a daily update into how many people are actually voting and their early voting and things like that. And people are doing it in Pennsylvania. But he puts out this video today talking about that Democrats are lagging in voting early. And I looked at the data. I looked at the data. I looked at this video, and I'm looking at this video, and I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm like, I've been watching this data every day. I'm able to get a report every single day, and I can look at the hard data, and what he's talking about is absolutely not true. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is not true. So I had to make this live stream. I had to go live to make this live stream to talk about this, of that be careful where you get your data from, where you get your information from, because I don't know what this guy's intentions are, but um, you know, he's just not right. So you can always type in Google PA registered voters or voting data, and you can go to the website, which the website is up here, looks like that, and you can get your daily mail ballot, your daily mail ballot report. It'll come down into a Excel sheet, and you can look at the data wholeheartedly. What we're going to do is we're going to look at his video. I'm going to compare you with the report that I got for October 25th, 2024 at 8 a.m., the last update. And we're going to see how what he's saying is absolutely fundamentally not true. So we're going to look at this, and we're going to see how he gives his data, but it's actually wrong. What triggered me to do this was that I actually tried to put the actual data that I had from this data report into the comment section below to say that this is not true. What you're saying is absolutely not true. And he deleted my comment not once but twice. So I said that I was going to do a response to his video, so people can know that he's not pushing out true data in regards to the Kamala Harris and Donald Trump presidential election. And I wanted to keep that clear because I know there's a lot of people getting nervous about that the election is on its way. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So let's take a look at his video, and then we'll get to the data and stuff as well. So
All right,
this
so
is
what we have here is the Democratic
um so as you can see, he has I'll back it up just a little bit. You guys can hear what he has to say in regards to it. Let's get into it.
that is make or break for both campaigns. It looks like it's going to be the Florida in 2000, that Pennsylvania will be taking that mantle and running with it, being the key state. So we're going to focus on Pennsylvania today, and we'll get to the electoral map tomorrow. So most of you know that I've been kind of worried about Pennsylvania for the last few days. It just seems like the numbers are getting worse and worse and worse for Democrats. And what's happening is
The numbers are getting worse and worse and worse for Democrats. This is what he says in Pennsylvania. Okay, let's see.
that more Republicans are becoming a composition of the vote compared to what we've seen in other elections. And in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how the vote looked up to this day, the 10th day of the election in 2020 and 2022, to get an idea where the vote is right now for both the Democrats and Republicans. Because to be quite honest with you, the Democrats look like they're lagging behind quite a bit. So let me go ahead and show you the first slide, which is the composition of key counties of the Democratic vote so far with 10 days left to go and where we were at that same point in 2020 and 2022. All right, so what we have here is the Democratic composition of the vote. What percentage of the vote right now are registered Democrats in these 5 key counties? Now, if you see Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh is, back in 2020 and 2022, they were in the mid to high 70s. Now they are at 70% and on track to go under 70%, which is not good. When we look at Philadelphia, the drop is a little bit less, but it is still concerning as well. Now, Montgomery County and Bucks County have asterisks next to them, mostly because we have some incomplete data, not much, just a little bit. So these might be off by about 1%, but not much more. But you can see in Montgomery County, of that being off a little bit, 73.3% of the early vote was Democratic. 2022, that went down to 71, but now we're at 63.8, which
Okay, so let's pause it here. So as you can see with, and I keep looking up because my screen is up there, but as you can see, he puts that 2020, 2022, it was like in the 70s, and now it's in the low 70s in 2024 in all these counties. So like I got finished telling you that I do have the daily report from the Pennsylvania.gov, where the government actually gives us the hard data in regards to people that actually voting early. They're requesting their ballots, they're requesting their absentee ballots and their mailing ballots. They're requesting them, they're actually filling them out, they're actually returning them back in. And I'm going to give you the hard data. So let me show you real quick what it looks like. Hold on one second, let me pull it up. I'll share my screen. All right, so if we take a look, as you can see that his first data point was Allegheny County. When we look at Allegheny County, now this is the report. So it has the total applications. We have Democratic applications that was requested. We have Republican applications that requested. And we have other affiliates, other voters like independents or whatever, people that just are not associated with Democrats or Republicans, applications that were requested. And then we have the total number of the people that the total ballots that was requested. So then we start to see that the numbers of the people that actually return their ballots, that's Democrat, and we have the total number of Republicans who requested the ballots, that they got it and that they returned it. And then we have the others that's not associated or don't have an association link to it, to their ballot, of either Democrat or Republican, that they actually requested it. Okay. So when we look at Allegheny County, we see that the total amount of people that apply, all the Republicans, Democrats, and others, was 155,533. And he's saying that it's low. It's a low turnout. He's saying that it's a low turnout. So when we look at the Democrats' ballots, the Democrats actually, they apply for their ballots, and the Democrats apply for their ballots is 159,100. Okay. So the people that return their ballots in Allegheny County was 109,378 people. That is high. But then we see the Republicans that requested their ballots and now have returned those ballots in is only 32,096 people. And then the other ballots was the other people, the other independents, let's say, is 14,059. So we see this. We see that the Democrats that's requesting ballots is 159. The Democrats that returned it was 109,378 people. That's astronomically high. When we look at
significant
him,
loss. Delaware County,
when we look at his numbers, he's saying Allegheny was 70%, 70.3%. And it can't possibly be 73%, because we see the data, it's way past that. They provided way more ballots. They mailed back, or did they absentee, and they got their ballots back at 109,378. It can't possibly be 73. And he just dropped this video like a couple hours ago. So so what he's saying is absolutely not true. He's trying to stoke fear that Democrats are losing steam, and that's not the case in Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm watching these numbers, and that's not true. So we see that it's astronomically high more than Republicans. And you'll see the trend as we keep going down. So the next one is Philadelphia County. He put, and as you can
Thing.
see,
These
the next one is Philadelphia County. So the next one, Philadelphia County, he says is 83.6. 83.6, before it was 88, 87, but 83.6. Now let's check out Philadelphia County. So when looking at Philadelphia County, we go down and we see Philadelphia County here. Seeing Philadelphia County here, I want to try to make sure that I could get you so you can see it, so you can see the top. I probably won't make it. Okay. So when we see, but right here, I could tell you where it's at. So we see here is that at the top, I'll put a line and I'll go. So we see the total ballots requested. We go down to Philadelphia County. The total ballots requested was 128,991 people returned their ballots from Democrats, Republicans, and others. Democrats returned their ballots of 107,773 to the Republicans 9,927. To the independents or others was 11,291. Outdoing them. That's way more. Now we look back. If we look here, we see that let's go back up here. Yeah, Democrats application. Democrats application was 165,906. They bought back in 107,773. That they're doing amazing numbers. That's way past 80%. That's really good. That's really good. So then we see also when we look at, so he's saying that, oh, it's slowed down and it's less, and they're doing good, but it's just a bit, and it's not true.
here is
So
fine.
he
So we can
also
see in
saying, so he also brings up Montgomery County. So when he looks up Montgomery, let's look at Montgomery County. Well, let's see. He
County
says,
went from 70.1%
I
and
just
20
want to back this up a
be
little bit.
off by about.
So he said Montgomery County 63.8%. 63.8%. Now let's look at Montgomery County. Montgomery County is right here that you can see. All right, looking at Montgomery County, we look at about right here is, this is the total ballots that was returned, right? And we look at Montgomery County, of the total ballots that was returned was 114,639. Of that 114,639, 73,166 people returned their ballots that were Democrats, almost doubling yet again the Republicans at 28,547, and others ballots that were independents or whatever, the non-association, of 12,926. That's way more. That's way more than, and look, if you look here, they requested they requested 107,550, and they returned back they returned back 73,166. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not bad. And that's what he's saying. It's 10 days to go. They're doubling Republicans' numbers every time. So when we look at that and we looking at that,
1%,
let's go
but
deeper. So now he's saying it's 63. We see that as way more than that. So now he looks at Delaware. We're looking at Delaware County at 62.1. Okay, so now let's look at the data that we get from Pennsylvania.gov and look at Delaware County. When we look at Delaware County, it's right here. Looking at Delaware County, and now we can see the upper part. So now we're looking at Delaware County. The total number at Delaware County is here. And we see that Delaware County, the total ballots that was sent, that people sent back their ballots was 58,098 people. Of that 58,000, 36,061 people returned those ballots back. Republicans, only 15,531 Republicans returned their ballots back. Other ballots, other people, other affiliates or independents, 6,506. Again, more than doubling those of Republicans. Democrats doubling more of the Republicans yet again. So now let's go
much more. But you can see in Montgomery County.
So now let's do Bucks County. So he says Bucks County. Bucks County is at 55.8%. So now let's do Bucks County and show you. So when we're looking at Bucks County and we're taking a look at Bucks County, which is right here. And we're looking at Bucks County, total applications was 135,376. 71,750 was Democrats. 44,975 was Republicans. 18,651 was others. And then we look at the total, which was 93,338. 52,000 of the 71,750 were returned and cast in by Democrats. Republicans at 30,532 of their applications, which is 44,975, was returned back. And we see that of the others, of the 18,651 was returned back to the others. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So you can see that this, so that you can see this. So we see that Pennsylvania is actually doing a very good. It almost doubled almost doubled Republicans in almost, but not too far. It's going to get there. But Pennsylvania is doing good with their early voting. There's no doubt. And what this guy is saying is absolutely not true. And I just had to
73.3% of the early votes was Democratic. 2022, that went down to 71, but now we're at 63.8, which is a significant loss. Delaware County, same thing. This data here is fine. So we can see in 2020, Delaware County went from 70.1%, and 2022 was kind of the same, but now we're at 62.1%. A precipitous drop. So finally, Bucks County, you can see the data's a little bit off. That's why the asterisk is there. But you can see in 2020 and 2022 that around 68% of the vote was Democratic. Right now, we are at 55.8% of that votes. Now, conversely, if we go ahead and look at what the Republicans have done, they have been able to rise in every single one of these counties. So in Allegheny County, going from 15.3% of the composition of the pre-election day votes to 20.6. That is a
So we see this data here, and we looked at the data. We looked at the data for each one of these counties that he's pulling up, and we have doubled out of was five, 4 out of 5. We have doubled. Democrats have doubled the numbers, in Pennsylvania. So he's calling himself trying to sound an alarm to say that this was the data is trying to sound an alarm saying Democrats are doing bad, and it's alarming, and that he's sounding an alarm to say that Democrats is not showing out. But let me show you something else. Let me show you something else. So when we look at the bottom number, okay, so now when we look at the total ballots, that have been returned was 1,284,742. Out of that 128,470, I'm sorry, 1,284,742, Democrats put in 763,072 of those votes, of those ballots. Republicans only put in 390,878 votes, because the others go to the independents or people that's not non-affiliate of 130,792. So it's even the Republicans and the people that are others don't even add up, can't even get close to the number that Democrats have already cast, the votes that they have already cast their votes on. It still doesn't add up to that, because Democrats have put in 763,072 votes compared to the other, to, I guess this adds up to maybe 500,000, a little over 500,000. We had already put in 763, and this was as of yesterday. Nah, I don't believe that guy, and I totally unsubscribed when I dealt with him. I think he's
jump.
a
So if we
liar,
go
and
to
he
Philadelphia,
don't know what he's talking about. So I just wanted to definitely put up a video and show that be careful where you get your information for. In Pennsylvania, you can always go to our government website. Our government website gives us a daily breakdown of all the ballots that have come in, and which ones were Democrats, which ones were Republicans, and which ones were others. So be careful. Get out and vote. Do your thing. But Pennsylvania is strong. We know that we got to get out and vote, and we are together. We are united in that. All right. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.